Good morning, everyone. My name is Devinsi. I am from Equivalent Institute of Technology and Research, Indore. My department is Computer Science and Engineering, AIML. Today, my topic is Fundamental of Computer Programming Language. Today's sessions, we are discussing about the fundamental concepts of programming, about the lectures. First, we are objective of the lectures, overview of the programming, difference between machine language and assembly languages, and difference between the high-level languages and low-level programming language, and concepts of procedure-oriented programming and characteristics of procedure-oriented programming, a recommendation of the textbooks, the complete reference published. Second one is object-oriented analysis design pretty good. And third one is object-oriented programming with C++ Balagosami. And fourth, introduction to object-oriented programming, Timothy Bird, to refer to this presentation. Now, the lectures outline first, overview of programming. Second one is difference between the machine language and assembly language. Third one is the difference between high-level language and low-level languages. And fourth one is the concept of procedure-oriented programming. And fifth one is the characteristics of procedure-oriented programming. Sixth one, problem of procedure-oriented programming. Seventh one is the object-oriented languages. First, the overview of the programming. What is programming? Basically, programming language is an artificial human-created language which translates instruction from human readable to computer readable format. Just programming is created by the human that solve the particular problem to the user to the given word. Basically, the computer programming will solve the computer-based various problems through the programming language. Second one is programming is the art of solving computational problem by the program. Second, program is a just a art to solve many computational problem, many mathematical problem, and many logical problem to the programs. And third one, to solve this problem which are normally written in a programming language. Just to solve any particular problem, just we are normally using in a programming languages. Programming languages allow programmer to develop the software. The major three categories families of the languages: assembly language, second one is assembly language, and third one is a high-level languages. Then now discuss with the machine language and assembly language. What is the machine language? Machine language is the lowest level programming language where the instruction directly executed by the CPU. That means they are written in a machine oriented language. Just follow the 0 on 1s. That can CPU easily understand and then directly executed by the this types of instruction. And first one is assembly language is a low level programming language which require assembler or convert to machine code and object code. Just assembly language uses a mimic or any other English languages type instruction. Just we are requiring of the assembler or converter to convert the machine code into the object code. And second one is machine language is comprehensive only to the computer. Machine language is only understandable by the computer machine. They are not understandable by the human. Second one is assembly language is a comprehensible to by the human. Assembly language generally understood by the human as well as a machine also. And third, machine language consists of binary digits. Machine language only understand by the binary numbers. They are understand of the 0 or once they are not understand by the any human or English language. They only understand by the binary numbers. They only work on a binary number. Then third one is assembly language follows syntax similar to the English language. Assembly language can follow a syntax similar to a English language. Just write up any English languages. We are similar to the assembly language. They are using mimic. Suppose move A and B. That the instruction can understand by the machine to move A to B. Suppose that Same instruction we are following the assembly language, subtraction, addition, multiplication, division. They are normally written in English languages. Fourth one, machine language varies depending on the platform. Machine language, they are very dependent on the platform. They depend on the various types of platform, the Windows and macOS and Ubuntu machine. Assembly language consists of standard set of instruction. Mainly assembly language mainly focus on a set of instruction. We are designing with the assembly languages. And fifth point is machine language is a machine code. And fifth, assembly language is using for microprocessor based or real-time system, generally a microprocessor or real-time based system, generally using the assembly languages to use. And next, we are discuss about the high-level language and low-level language. What is the high-level language? It is a programmer-friendly language. Generally, it is to designing to the point of the programmer point of view. Programmer can easily to understand and easily to use this programming language. The low level language, it is a machine friendly language. It is a more focus on a machine rather than human. It is can to understand by the machine oriented languages. And second, high level language is a less memory efficient. High level programming language use a less memory, and then low level programming language use a high memory efficient. They can using the high memory using and high level language. It is easy to understand. Low level language is tough to understand. At the fourth point, it can run on any platform. We can the at this point can run on any type of platform, and they can run on any operating system, just Windows, macOS, and any type of operating system. They are not dependencies on a particular platform. But low level language, it is a machine dependent. It can require a particular machine to run the code or program on particular machine. It is a machine dependent. And fifth one is machine language is a machine code. Generally, machine language is based on a machine code. And assembly language is using for microprocessor based real-time system. And sixth point, it needs compiler or interpreter for translation. High level language, it requires translator or compiler to translate the code into a human code into a machine code. In that low level language, it use need assembler for translation. Just they are coding to translate by the assembler. And seventh point is that high level language, it is a portable. Portable means it can be run on any types of operating system, just like a Windows operating system, Ubuntu, Linux operating system, macOS, any types of operating system to run this code. And that low level language, it is a non-portable. It is the machine dependent language. It is run on a particular machine, just like that Windows machine that run on Windows machine code and Ubuntu machine run on a Windows Ubuntu code. Eighth point is it is used widely for the programming. Normally, high-level language is widely used for the programming. Just it is the most of the industry are using of high-level languages nowadays. And eighth point it is not commonly used for nowadays in a programming. Low-level programming language nowadays are not used. It is the old days are using this types of programming language, but nowadays are using a high-level programming language, just object-oriented programming languages. Then we will discuss about the procedure-oriented programming. What is the procedure-oriented programming? So, procedure-oriented programming languages, COBOL, Fortran, high-level languages, were based on procedure programming language. It is mainly based on a procedure-oriented that depend on the functioning and just follow a certain process. Then second is procedure-oriented language program using branching if else statements, then looping, then can one inputs to the another input that execute one or so other instruction depending on the result that you want. Suppose user to want to the some expected result that can perform the some set of instruction that can execute that some addition, subtraction, multiplication to the this procedure-oriented programming languages. Procedure also known as routine or subroutine or a function. That's meaning procedure also known by the routine, subroutine, or function. Some textbooks or mention that routine, subroutine, or function in a textbooks. Examples. Now, procedure-oriented programming. Procedure-oriented content basically consists of writing a list of instruction of the computer to follow and organize this instruction into group known as function. Procedure-oriented programming basically list of instruction organized to the function. The small functions to organize the instruction. Procedure-oriented programming, the mainly divided into a sub program that is called as functions. When you write a large program in procedure-oriented programming, they are complex to manage and then understand and hard to program. That's the problem of procedure-oriented programming. Procedure-oriented programming is a paradigm to compose one or more function or procedure which are invoke a particular order that can run on a particular order to a desired result. Every piece is a set of instruction representing a specific task to perform a specific task. Procedure-oriented programming in a structured programming language like C, we can overcome this problem by dividing a large program into different functions. We can overcome this problem by dividing a large program into a different function. But it gives the birth of other problems. Structured programming is any programming when functionality is divided into unit like for the loop, while loop, if else, and then block structure. Just programming with the functionality is divided by the function, loop, while loop, if else condition, and also piece of code that function cannot be reused. That is the not being used by the procedure-oriented programming. But the typical structure of procedure-oriented programming, it also called as top-down programming structure. First, the main function is written, then sub-function, function 1, function 2, function 3, function 4, and function 5, and function 6, and function 7, function 8 is written down. They can follow the structure of main models, then sub-model and sub-models, and every function is own local data, and some global data shared by the all functions, but global data sharing by the all function, that is the major disadvantage there. One function is changed to the global data, the changes on the all function is also reflected. That is the major problem with the procedure-oriented programming, the global data sharing by the all function or sub-model, they are the problem created in a procedure-oriented programming. The characteristics of procedure-oriented programming, large program are divided into a smaller program known as a function. Most of the function which share the global data, earlier we are discussed, and data move openly around the system from function to function. Data mainly can travel or openly around the system from function to function. Data transfer by from one function to another function in procedure-oriented programming. Function transform data from one form to the another form. It is the purely top-down approach is the applying in the procedure-oriented programming. It is the major drawbacks of the procedure-oriented programming. No structure or code visibility, hence time of development, testing and length of program is various increases. As length of application increases, it costs slow performance because the application size is very big. They are the major drawback of the slow performance. Then code maintenance enhancement are difficult. They are not using the code visibility concept, not the using of concept polymorphism. That are very difficult to the code maintenance enhancement are very difficult. Once they are using the techniques of top-down approach, it is very difficult to again to reconstruct the another code for the existing code. It is a major problem in procedure-oriented programming. No proper way of the exception handling, no exception handling concept, no proper exception handled by the procedure-oriented programming. Now, some of problem of procedure-oriented programming also, they are generally used to built-in data type like integer, character, float. Just is built type data types, just integer, character, float, they are working very well. But we are trying to a new data types or user-defined data type, it is very difficult to create in the procedure-oriented language. We work with a data or complex number, it becomes a very difficult to work with built-in data types. Suppose we are building normal applications, they are very difficult with the complex numbers and complex calculations. They are very difficult to use in this types of calculation in this built data types. Creating your own data types is a feature called extensibility. We are creating own data types. It is a feature called extensibility. That feature are not presented in the procedure-oriented programming language are not extensible. Right? Next, we will discuss the object-oriented programming. This problem is overcome by the development of new programming techniques known as object-oriented programming. This problem is overcome by the development of new programming techniques. It is known as object-oriented programming. Object-oriented programming will solve the problem of procedure-oriented programming. What is the understanding between the double OP? Better suit for team development. It is a better programming language for the team development. Any types of software development, we are using this type methodology very useful. Facilitating, utilizing, creating reusable software component, easier for graphical user programming, easier for software maintenance. All modern programming languages such as object-oriented, Java, C Sharp, PHP, Perl, they are using this object-oriented programming concept to solve a problem in a systematic manner and solve the problem in a proper way. That's last. We are discussed with the lecture review, overview of the programming, difference between machine learning programming language, difference between high-level language and low-level language, and the concept of procedure-oriented programming, characteristics of procedure-oriented programming, problem of procedure-oriented programming, and last one is object-oriented program. Thank you for listening my lecture. Thank you.